So this book is about your stories as you're growing up.
Yeah, so this is from 8 till I'm about 25. It's really about growing up with five sisters and 4 brothers in a 2-bedroom house in Hilton at one point.
Right.
But a lot of this takes place in Claremont Court, just at Bronte.
Right.
And it's really about how you can have aspirations and, you know, no matter how many people put you down, you can still go for it, you know. And that's really what it's about, just, you know, don't give up on your dreams.
That's amazing, and a type of story I love, actually. I really love to
love
hear.
that.
I really can't wait to read it.
Yeah. And Philip John is the director of Downton Abbey, Outlander, Mistresses, Marvel film. He read the first book and he said, I never read books, but he said I couldn't put this one down. And he just wrote this incredible review. He's done the foreword for the new book.
Abey, Outlander. You read Jim's books, you'd have to read it out to me because my eyes are so bad. Welcome back to Totallyevelyn with the lovely Jim, James Dean Divine.
Yes, thank you. Of course, as in the book.
Absolute pleasure to meet you and someone as creative as yourself.
Thank you.
And going by the crowds, then obviously they all love the first book.
Yeah, that's right.
Finished the second book just today.
That's right, yeah.
So how successful was the first book, The Lost Tornado?
How successful? Well, it was. It went to Amazon #1 about 4 years ago, just after it was launched. And the main reason for that was that a lot of the Amazon stuff is based on, you know, the reviews you get and how many people buy. At the same time, Ollie Murs launched a book exactly the same day that I did.
Really?
So we were sort of itsy bitsy, you know, with sales, Amazon reviews. And because it was Ollie Murs, people started taking an interest.
Right.
So therefore, my book sort of got rattled up the ranks, yeah, constantly.
Amazing.
Brilliant.
Loving the stories, loving all the wee sort of stories, because obviously I'm from Edinburgh as well. So a lot of who you were talking about as well, Bobby Thompson. I know Bobby Thompson. Yeah. All the names that's in the book are proper names, they're not just cast names.
Yeah, no, they're real people, you know. Yeah. That's the only way to do it, you know. Yeah. If you can enhance reality, then do that.
You didn't really tell them that they were actually
they
were named in the book, and you weren't going to. You just sort of done it.
Yeah, well, what I did was I thought, you know, I knew that the stories I was writing were real good, funny stories or sad stories, and that anybody that was involved in it would not be offended. I knew that, you know, and therefore I never told them about it, and I wanted it to be a surprise for them as well. And it did turn out that way, so not a single person has objected.
No, the problem thing, but it's funny going by how they were reacting anyway. Patricia's your wife, and you speak very highly of Tricia because she has helped you through the book because you're very creative. And what I get from it, and I spoke to Tricia as well, she was probably telling you to stop overthinking it and just get it down and get it out. Yeah,
that's it. I mean, I think because, you know, my whole life I've always been creative, like I was a graphic designer, photographer, that sort of thing. You tend to want to move on to the next thing, even when there's a lot of the hard story written, and you just need somebody to put you up the backside to just keep you doing that. Otherwise, creative guys would just go on and on and on.
Just
new
keep
stuff.
Going.
Never get anything.
This book is about your stories as you're growing up.
It's from 8 till I'm about 25.
Right, amazing.
It's really about growing up with five sisters and 4 brothers, and having aspirations. But
5 sisters?
Yeah,
4 brothers.
Yeah,
9.
so there was 10 of us in a 2-bedroom house in Hilton at one point.
Right.
But a lot of this takes place in Claremont Court, just at Bronte.
Right.
And it's really about how you can have aspirations and, you know, no matter how many people put you down, you can still go for it, you know. And that's really what it's about, just, you know, don't give up on your dreams.
That's amazing, and a type of story I love, actually. I really love to hear.
That.
I really can't wait to read it. All the places that you were brought up, all the things you'd done, the girlfriend that you met, the very first one, which was here, but Cheryl. Cheryl? Yeah. Have you met her again? No. She wasn't here the night.
No, definitely not.
And Tiffany's then, you'd have been, Tiffany's the same time as I was.
Yeah, probably late teens, early 20s.
Yeah. Do you remember the teacher?
No. I remember the lasses rather than the men, personally.
And it's funny that you mentioned the telephone boxes as well, because that's something that we did when we were young. We didn't have the luxury of the phone, so you'd have to then go and run over to the telephone box, and you only had what, 2 pence or 10 pence to actually get a message.
2 or 10 pence, that's right. and it ran out quite
fast,
quickly.
eh?
Smelly as well, is what I remember.
There was always some kind of alcohol or
smoke.
urine.
Oh,
You mentioned smoking in the book. That was 4 years ago.
Yes, that
right?
was launched 4 years ago.
And then, so what did you actually write the next one afterwards for?
Just demand. You know, a lot of
Yeah.
people read this and just wanted a second version, and I still did have a lot of stories within me. You know, that I kept some back from there because it would have been like War and Peace. So I kept some back, and it's now merged really nicely into this one.
Yeah.
And 2 autobiographies about the same person. How big-headed!
Oh,
and it's nothing like
it's
that.
really good.
It's just, as I say, to get it out there, and because they're funny stories that I wanted to share with people.
Yeah, I love it. What inspired you to write the book? First of all, like what was your? Did you not really think that you were going to?
No,
write
I never did. I was always a guy that dealt with shapes, colours, typefaces, all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Never writing. You know, writing was for somebody else, and I always seen it as being a real chore. And I just came up with the ideas of writing a book. Eventually joined the Writers' Club.
Writers' Club, did you join?
It was one in Edinburgh called the Waverley, just at St Mary Street. I met a guy called Tony Black, who is a brilliant writer. He's Irvin Welsh's favourite crime writer.
Amazing.
So I met Tony, and we got on so well with each other,
Yeah.
and he was encouraging me to get this one out. He helped massively.
Oh, good.
Style-wise, I think initially I went with, I'd been heavily influenced by Evelyn Welsh, so I wrote in Scots at first, and it was just too much. Trish she did not allow that to go ahead. And then I wrote in English, and that didn't work either. It sanitised it. So then this is where Tony Black said to me, right, what about if you write in English, but then when it comes to the conversations, write in Scots? And that it was just like a eureka moment, and that's what made it work for me.
And because all the words that you were, like your brother had read a bit from the book, but the words that you were using were quite really intellectual words. And I was like, how do you get the words? I suppose the writing club would be quite...
Well, I think the main thing is that, you've got to write for your audience, and I wanted to hit an audience that weren't massively intellectual, like Stephen Fry.
Yes,
or these, if you do that, you'll lose so many people.
Yeah,
and I just wanted as many people as I could to understand it.
Yeah.
And a lot of the words are intellectual, but the reason they're used is it sums up a lot of words in one word.
Right.
And people in this whole audience, they all understood it. So it's that level. It's not highly intelligent, but it gets the message of it.
Aye, but it was a good mixture of slang.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
what went on in that era, that was it. So amazing. Yeah, it's only £10 as well. That was an absolute steal as well. Was it always that price for the first one?
Always. I always wanted to keep it at that price. Yeah. Because there's a certain price point. If you go above it, people didn't want to pay it. And I thought it's about get it out there.
Yeah.
Make people enjoy it, and the cheaper it is. If you go too cheap, people won't buy it. So £10 is probably quite enough.
You'll ever do a podcast on it?
I've never even thought about it.
Podcast would be quite
could be a good idea.
Be good. Any other future plans for writing any more books? You said.
Well, possibly. Possibly. I'll have to wait and see. I mean, it's a great getting this one out the road. It just went live last night at midnight. It's great getting it out the road because between them, I mean, that's 10 years of writing.
I know.
It's
amazing,
a lot, and I've got a few other ideas.
Afterwards, you must feel like quite elated once you get the book out, but then does it just put you down a bit as well?
No, not at all. No,
you
not
write
at
another
all.
book?
No, I do a lot of creativity. I've got a lot of stuff that I'm working on just now. My job, I'm a tour guide in Scotland, and just learning about that. So there's a lot of learning to be done.
Yeah.
So it's all keeping me massively employed and enjoying doing it.
Yeah, brilliant. What next?
What next? Well, let's wait and see what happens with the book. Yeah, one of the other things that drove me was on The Lost Tornado. There was a guy who's wrote the foreword for the second book, a guy called Philip John.
Right.
And Philip John is a director of Downton Abbey, Outlander, Mistresses.
Wow.
What else is there? A lot of Marvel films.
Yeah.
And he read the first book and he said, I never read books, but he said I couldn't put this one down. And he just wrote this incredible review for me, and it was like, wow. So I've met him a few times since that.
That's brilliant.
And as I say, he's done the foreword for the new book, and he just thinks, it's great. So
Downton Abbey, Outlander. When you read Jim's books, you'd have to read it out to me because my eyes are so bad. Sorry.
Okay. So what Philip says is, when you read Jim's books, you get the sense that life has singled him out for good kicking, but he rises above it all. These are the stories of every working class kid who dared to take the road less travelled. Jim's first book, The Lost Tornado, is a devastating yet inspirational tale of personality overcoming adversity. Thunder at 1 a.m. picks up where the first book left off. I implore you to buy both books and start at the beginning.
Oh, isn't that
Jim knows
beautiful?
a thumping good story and thrills in the telling of it. Defiant and funny as hell, Jim's crazed dispatches from this extraordinary life will keep you spellbound and leave you with a big goofy grin on your face. Philip John.
Isn't that
That's great.
brilliant?
It was
eh?
amazing
So
that he did that.
brilliant.
So,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
really pleased them. Got that.
Oh, that's good. Well, thank you so much
It's
for
been a
joining
pleasure,
me,
Evelyn.
and thank you so much for inviting me here. I've just
Yeah,
really enjoyed
hope
it.
you
It's
enjoyed
just
it.
been so
Great
good
stuff.
to
Watch your hand.
see all the people's
Yeah, it
reactions
was,
there.
yeah,
It was great.
It was great. Yeah, just went
Thanks.
down. Yeah, sure. All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed that, guys.
Right.
Totallyevelyn.
Thank you.